An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. James now. From the gun, he'll throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, James. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
60 outlaw.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
This throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. Check. Protein spill. Ready.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 90. % chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking,
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the left side. It's Young, finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Young. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Stop your running.
He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Badgley able to knock this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo. I'm coming.
Now James to throw again. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
44, Mike, 44. I'm coming. Shot.
Looking to throw. James. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
10 Lobo. Switch.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
On the ready. Hey, Haywood.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their mobile quarterback. An 80-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's got room. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big one there for the Chargers. Give him 58 yards on the ground. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. George Kittle. His first touchdown of the new season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
55. And let's get in them holes.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Focus, defense, focus.
James to throw on 2nd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run on first down. Young. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
60 outlaw. And we got Mike, number 52.
On 3rd down, Young. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then. But for now, we'll take the 3.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
That's around 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's James, operating from the gun. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is James. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. James now on 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
Now James going to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brings up third down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
That's the way. Zoom, zoom. Football's the mic. Mic.
The final shot before break. James. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run the counter. It's Young. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Ready, set. 53 is the mic. Drop deep, drop deep. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Coming to you, coming to you.
On second down, it's Hunt trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense.
They're set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
60 or 63. Man, I got you. Shift. Blue draw Corkers. Hit it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean.
And he's going to go down again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
48, round 6. Michael Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Come on,
The
fellas.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Here we go. Get your swerve on.
James throwing on 3rd and long. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
At the 49-yard line.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Here's James throwing on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
What we got? What we got?
To throw is James. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Mike's Bobo. Better bring it.
James now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now James throwing again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
44 is the mic. 44 ready.
Back to throw. James. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. James operating from the gun. And that's complete to McCaffrey. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, I'm coming.
Looking to throw. James. He sets to fire deep. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football. Running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And got his man complete. 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
On the ball. On the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Young. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
We ain't giving up nothing to do.
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that. And that's caught inside the 35. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is no